Coming up, stories with Cherokees who speak the Cherokee language.
No, din đây ho, iganes
It's a common thread and an important part of Cherokee culture.
The Cherokees.
A thriving American Indian tribe.
Our history.
Our culture. Our people.
Our future.
The principles of a historic nation.
Sewn into the fabric of a modern world.
Hundreds of thousands strong. Learning, growing,
succeeding,
and steadfast.
In the past, we have persevered through struggle.
But the future is ours to write.
OCO.
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 These are the voices of the Cherokee people.
OCO, I'm Principal Chief Bill John Baker. Welcome to the Cherokee Nation and OsiyoTV. This is how we share our culture, our heritage, our history, and our language with you. Ꭼʲ.
OCO, it's how we say hello in Cherokee. I'm your host, Jennifer Lauren, at the Cherokee Heritage Center, a great place to learn more about our tribe. Today we'll introduce you to several Cherokees who speak the Cherokee language. Dennis Sixkiller has been the voice of the Cherokee people, hosting the nation's radio show, Cherokee Voices, Cherokee Sounds, for more than a decade. The show is broadcast in both English and Cherokee, and archives the fading voices of our elders.
Intervened on the
My name is Dennis Sixkiller, and I'm a translator specialist, and also do a radio program called Cherokee Voices and Cherokee Sounds. There was a guy lost his son a few years ago that I knew as I grew up in Jay, and I was living in Talcott just a few years ago, and I called back home and I told him I was sorry to hear about his loss. And he said, "Dennis, what do you do now?" I said, "I do translations and I do a radio program for Cherokee Nation." He got quiet for a second and said, "How'd you get so smart?" I said, "I didn't." I said, "I have a lot of people fooled." Because he remembered the way I was back then. She's in the done early. Yeah, he's got. No, din đây ho. He got this. I need to like a. The guy can't go neck a. But I never dreamed I'd be doing what I'm doing now. But what I really appreciate about what I do now is I get to listen to the elders. I hear a lot of stories from the elders, and I can relate to a lot of their stories because I grew up that way too. I was born and raised in Jay, Oklahoma, in a 2-room house. There was 7 children and with our parents. And we didn't have no running water or any electricity. Actually, when I was a kid, it wasn't too bad because I didn't know a whole lot better than that. When I think about it now, it was rough, it was hard. And every time we got in trouble, one of us got in trouble like that, he would sit us down and lecture us in Cherokee, all in Cherokee, and I used to hate that. I thought it was like for hours, but it's probably about 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever at the most, But man, that was worse than getting a spanking.
We get up early, but in order to listen to the radio. But this is just my normal routine. It rain sounds good through the window. It's really good. I mean, we try not to miss it. I used to work on Sunday mornings And just right before I left, well, Dennis would start giving the words out, and I'd run and I'd get paper and copy it, then out the door I would go to work. It's just strange. We have to move the radio from corner to corner to try to get us a good station, or hold it up in the air. Sometimes we take turns holding it. But when the Cherokee words come on, we have to find a place to set it down.
Now it's time for Cherokee words. And before I give you the words, I'll give you the Cherokee vowels. We have 6 vowels in our language. We have the A, E, I, O, U, and V. And here are their sounds. A, E. In the home, it was all Cherokee. Honestly, I can honestly say that my mom and dad, to each other, they never spoke any English that I know of. They go in here, Cherokee songs, all the songs on the radio are in Cherokee. I like to keep it that way because a lot of people do appreciate these songs. Back in 1973, they recorded elder singing, and the first time I put that on here, I just started crying because I thought about all of our elders, how they're going on, and I could still hear them singing, and still see them sitting there. And made my heart feel good though in a way, but on the other hand it's sad, and because one was my uncle, was Sam Hyder, and he could really sing, and I just missed those times, you know. That's about all I can say about that. It was really touching. Something to think about though, isn't it? And that's why this program is so important to me. That's it. Hold on. Well, you know what time it is. Time for us to part ways again already. Goes by pretty quick, doesn't it? And I want to thank each and one of you for tuning in today to join me. I always appreciate that. And call in sometimes and let me know about it. If you're a speaker, call me, and if you want to talk on the radio, I'll sure come to your house and visit you. We can talk all the Cherokee you want. You might want to sing a song or two if you're a singer. Had a little bit of rain this year recently, and it's always good to have rain. I wonder why it always rains right after I mow my lawn. Sometimes I wonder. I guess that's how it goes sometimes, isn't it? Until next week, please take care. Well, don't.
Dorothy Ice is a Cherokee national treasure who grew up only speaking Cherokee. She's a member of the Sequoia Indian Weavers Association and is now sought after for both her traditional knowledge and her classic diamond weave blankets.
You were put here to do certain things. When you accomplish that, you go. That is what I think. So you're put here for a reason.
They got a young Scott the guy. You got a league you in that one. You done a young nose on tin tusk. You lost us to make a league. I said I teach weaving, and I would appreciate it if they would learn and then teach the younger.
And I didn't hang out with the kids my age. I was around adults most of my life. And I still do. I'm still learning. I want to learn more. If I can find an elder somewhere, I want to talk to them and ask questions.
Briggs community was just out in the country, not very many people, just relatives lived around the circle there, Briggs School. Running water, we didn't have running water, no indoor bathroom, it was outdoors, and I hauled water for the neighborhood. The life was a lot easier then, a lot of fun. There was a lot of love in our home. When we got sick, the elders went to the woods and got medicine for us. They didn't take us to the doctor. My dad was a mechanic, yes. His two brothers were mechanics. First, I learned how to read the numbers of the tools. Dad would tell me, go get this, go get that. I knew what he was talking about, so. And then after that, I guess I was about 3 or 4 years old when I tackled the brakes on I think it was a 1927 Model T or Model T, something, I don't know what it was. But anyway, I heard Dad talk about brakes on his car. He said, I'm gonna have to fix them. So I went out the door, I got the tools, crawled under there, and I tightened the brakes. And then I went back to the house. When he got in the car, he had brakes. I wanted to learn. I was very observant, you know. I started back in 50s when I was 15 years old. I had my 16th birthday there and at Sequoia Weavers. And the weaving shop is still standing. I asked my mom if I could walk over to the weaving shop. There were a lot of people and a lot of cars there. She said, don't get into anything, don't bother anything, she told me. And I went over there, I think I was barefooted too, rode my bike up there. When I walked in, there were several women. I never did count, didn't know who they were. And a man came in, he had boxes under his arm. He said, would you like to learn? So I said, yeah. So he gave me the 2 boxes, and I had already watched Lucille Hare to making a warp downstairs. And so I just took the boxes on down there and I made the warp. And then she said, you're gonna have help carrying it back up, and we'll help you thread, she said. So it took almost all day long to do that. And then when we got it threaded, I came back the next day and I wove the blanket that one day. The weaving shop is shut down. So I don't know if they'll ever open it or not, so it'd be nice if they did. OSIYO. The other now. The OETA, the OsiyoTV.
Whatever you want.
What do you do? Chanak goes. Got the well negation to go to Tana. I became a national treasure in '91. Cherokee Nation called, somebody from there called and said, meet us at the courthouse square. It was during the Cherokee holiday. So I came to the courthouse, and the courthouse lawn was full of people, and it was a Cherokee holiday. So finally they called my name. I don't know how to explain it, but it just made you feel good.
It's a pleasure to know Dorothy. She is truly a treasure. And I own several blankets by her. I gave one to each one of my children. And I started to give one to my new grandbaby, great-grandbaby, but I said not to. It's mine. I'm gonna keep it.
The ones that really wants to learn and to accomplish something, it's in their heart. You can't make anyone like it if they're not gonna like it or learn it. They have to. It comes from their heart.
Cherokee, anyone in here? Let's talk Cherokee.
The Cherokee syllabary is the writing system invented by Sequoia. Each character represents a syllable in the Cherokee language. In this syllabary chart, the top row contains the 6 vowel sounds. The subsequent rows include the consonant sounds.
No.
No.
Snake. Inada.
Inada.
No.
Na.
Black. Ganage.
Ganage.
Ne.
Ne.
Hey. Kaneska.
Kaneska.
They are baling hay. Kaneska. Danista yiski.
Kaneska. Danista yiski.
Jerry Bigfeather will tell you fiddling is a language all its own. Jerry is a Cherokee language speaker, and each year he organizes the Cherokee National Holiday Fiddlers Contest. Today, Jerry explains how fiddling came to the Cherokee Nation and how he hopes to inspire future generations of musicians.
So we go up, kilo tasna jaki no sela. To we then, so he kilo, juena so yanik look yo. Nanska, dinitli yes, nika jane ha, na hiyo jidana. Non, dinin hogistis, unique luts. Nahen yan land, on blaskiska, and Gat zo de hat terno hikken en gat stiska jadi ha na dan na laskisko.
Fiddling has been a part of the Cherokee culture for many years. Different immigrants that come into America, they introduced fiddling music to the Cherokees. Well, the music all blended together to form, what people used to refer to as mountain music and Appalachians. And so then Cherokees came from the east down here to Oklahoma and brought some of the music with them. That was their form of entertainment, before days of electricity. And so they would have these square dances, and they'd play all night.
The fiddle has a unique sound, and there's something about the fiddle that it's a hard way to put it, but it kind of draws you.
I knew that was my thing whenever I first heard my dad play. And that's when I first began to put a fiddle in my hands.
The sound of the fiddle is just something in there, it grows on you. It's part of you. Whenever you play it, it strikes a note in yourself. Your whole being feels it.
I don't know what it is about the fiddle, but it draws people. And if people like music, they'll like the fiddle.
Yeah, it's a good pastime. I'd recommend it to anyone to take up fiddle or guitar and just learn to play music.
I started playing fiddle when I was about 7 years old. My father would put this up on the attic, hide it, but I would get it out, play it.
The biggest thing I get out of these is just jamming with people, playing music over in the corner, and pretty soon you got 3 or 4 or 5 people, and here comes some more. Pretty soon you got a whole circle of people, and we're, making some pretty good music sometimes. I'm the coordinator of Cherokee Nation National Holiday Fiddlers Contest. This year we had a pretty good crowd. I think we had about around 20 this year, which is quite a few. And we had probably the largest crowd of the fans that came as well, the listeners. It was a big event this year. When I'd go to fiddle contests or music festivals, and I'd usually have this fiddle with me, well, I'd ask them for an autograph. Our dad was a fiddle player and a guitar player, and also our grandpa. They both played fiddle. I guess it kind of runs in the family. Actually, our dad played guitar. We had a guitar around the house all the time. I didn't know he played fiddle until after he had passed away.
He was a World War II. He was a World War II veteran, and he farmed. And so the first three kids come along. Well, he had some time, I guess. And then the next three came along, and that's probably about the time that he had to quit playing because he was pretty busy by then. He farmed with a team of mules. And but we always had a guitar laying around. And I remember him late in the evening, he'd be sitting on the porch and he'd be playing. And that's my memories of nice job. Great memories.
Let's open them up and let's look at them, okay?
Hey, there's yours, Cross. Can you show us how you open
I hope that the grandkids take it up because they seem to be interested at this point, and they like fiddling around. Of course, their arms and fingers are a little too short, to really make good clear notes. But in time, kids will grow, and hopefully that they'll pick up on it.
I've always loved music. I've always loved the people that played music. And that's Cherokee fiddling. That's what it means to me, is to be around other Cherokee fiddlers.
Yeah, I told someone not long ago, I said, all those old timers are gone, there's nobody to play with. So he looked at me and he said, I guess you all are the old timers now. So I said, well, you're probably right.
While the Cherokee Nation is excited about our future, we also want to honor our past and the elders who helped make our tribe what it is today. Mack Vann is one of those elders. Cherokee is his first language and really his way of life, and he has a cautionary message for younger generations.
You stood there how you looked also his dad doesn't know you go on. Because he long tôi what nữa đó. Đó chuyện đấy.
Mack only speaks Cherokee, and he's probably just a handful. One other person that I know is his sister, 90 years old. I've learned from them.
And he only had that in the old like a lifted. She gives the needle.
I grew up speaking the language. That's my first language, and everywhere I went to my grandma's house or great-grandma or to the neighbors, that's all we spoke is Cherokee. And then as I grew up, I could see that our language is, basically less spoken. And I noticed the trend of the kids not speaking, probably around 1990s. That's when really our elders were dying out, and this language was going with them.
That's something I said like did you want I would all that son no. That's there's a dot not son you know the got an you know that's a lot good. Called the Haskin Gus.
As a teacher and trying to preserve the language, that's hard to swallow, because that's my language. That's our culture. Everything that we do is based on culture. Once the language is gone, who are we? If we lose our language, what are we? Our people knew that if we didn't teach our language, that we'd be in this state. Our elders knew that. Mack's living by himself here, no family hardly around, and that's typical in our communities now. It's just those small families that get together. There's not big gatherings like we used to do when I was growing up. You know, he tries to keep that alive by having hog fries, inviting everybody in the community to come here and to socialize. That's what he said. He likes to talk to the people in Cherokee, and that's what he does. And he's at the age, 86 years old. That's got to be something to be able to speak the language with few people. I saw the younger ones were not speaking it. And that's where we realized, you know, we gathered kids and started teaching the kids. And we started the immersion school. And, you know, it's never too late to start teaching the language. So that's what we're trying to do right now. There's a lot of ways that we can learn nowadays, and people are learning. 100 years from now, somebody will be speaking the Cherokee language. One example that I have is there's a kid, 13 years old, started learning, trying to learn the language, our language, Cherokee language, lives in Chicago. Nobody around him speaks the Cherokee language. And now he's 23 years old, and he helps us translate. And he learned the language just as good as I can now. He learned by the Cherokee language program that we have. We have online classes. He started with that. Then once he went further, started reading old newspapers, started reading our newspaper that we published. That's in Cherokee and English. And he started Skyping with us. He'd call at the office and we'd talk to him for 2-3 hours. I think we need to listen to him. We can do something about it. As the younger generation, we can start teaching the language, teach the culture. You know, he's got a point. You know, if we don't do nothing about it, we're going to lose it. And that's why I think Cherokee Nation has really stepped forward in trying to teach the language and our culture to our people. And that's a good thing. We need that.
We hope you enjoyed our show and that you'll consider learning more about our tribe at OSIO.TV. There is no Cherokee word for goodbye because we know we'll see you again. We say, ᎬʲᎯ, wado. In the Cherokee Nation, news happens every day. Cherokee Nation's economic impact on the state of Oklahoma now exceeds $2 billion. With this shipment, the tribe has more than doubled its herd in less than a year.
It's going to provide more jobs.
To get your Cherokee Nation news, visit onadiskoe.com.